Now that we have finished our introduction to marketing, let's begin our course on marketing. First of all, we're going to be talking about products. So, what is a product? Now, there's two types of product, a good and a service. And a product is a good or a service that is offered to a market to satisfy a want or a need. So, for example, a good such as a toothbrush satisfies the want or need to help keep teeth white and clean. And on the other hand, a service such as a haircut satisfies the want or need to style or adjust hair. So now that we know what a product is, how do we make one? We have identified 5-step plan that you can use to create a product. The first step is research. Now looking back at the definition of a product is created to satisfy a want or need. So essentially in research, at this step we'll be identifying this want or need. And you may be looking at a specific area of life that you want your product to cover. So for example, you might want to make a product that would help the grocery store industry. So take notes, identify problems and areas of improvement that you could possibly fix with a product. In addition, make sure you notice how many people are impacted by each problem or improvement. The more people, the better, because there's more people to buy your product, putting demand up, which we'll be talking about price and demand later. And so if a product, and this is very important to keep track of the amount of people, because for example, if it only affects like a small percentage of grocery shoppers, would it really be worth it to create a whole product to just satisfy this want or need? Unless the budget is very low, and that would be a separate scenario. Now that there's a list of issue, let's pick an issue. Identify the want or need that we're going to satisfy with this product. Once we identify this want or need, we have to brainstorm products that can possibly satisfy this want or need. So in the brainstorming process, it is important to note that you don't just write down products that can solve it randomly. We have to make sure that we are able to pick the best possible product. So to do this, we have to list pros and cons for each product. This is important to analyze because then we can then develop the best possible product. Next, it is time to prototype. Now the most important thing for prototyping is to be specific. So in a prototype, you never test the whole product as a whole. You always test specific parts of the product, and then once you master that part of the product, you go on to the next part of the product. And in this process, we test every part of a product until it's tailored to perfection. Now there's 2 reasons why this is important. First of all, specific improvement that is focused makes sure that the product is solid as a whole and reduces the chance of errors or mistakes in the product. Secondly, it is important to save money as much as possible, and creating a new product every single time is not cost effective. The last step is implementation. After all of the products are perfected, after all the parts of the product are perfected and we have our final product, we have to put this together as a whole and then develop a marketing campaign and marketing plan to put this product onto the market. Now that we know how to create a product, let's go into the product life cycle. And first of all, the product life cycle starts with development. In this step, investors are brought in, prototypes are built, and the launch is strategized. This step is harder for products that are new and beginning their first run through of this cycle. The second step is the introduction. In this step, the product is launched and a marketing campaign begins. In this stage, sales are low and the profit is most likely negative, but the point is that demand for the product has begun to generate. Third comes growth. In this stage, the market of the product grows, the demand increases, the profits increase, and new competitors and distribution channels emerge. In addition, new product features and support for products and product areas develop. Fourth, we have maturity, and this is where the sales level off from this rapid period of growth and the prices are reduced to stay competitive. Now there's a lot of competition, and marketing is more focused on standing out from the competition than identifying and spreading the word about your product. The fifth step is saturation. where there's no growth or decline. The competition reaches its peak and your competitors begin to grab more and more of your market share. The goal of when your product is in the saturation state, the goal is to prevent it from reaching the sixth stage, which is decline. Here, sales decrease until it's time to go back to stage one and strategize and regroup a new product to launch. More about products and the way they are grouped and sold can be found in the written portion of the Udemy course about products. Next, we will be going into the basics of economics.